Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Listen, I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded a video, but I've made some huge changes in my life that have given me some drastic results, and I just wanted to jump on here and make a quick video to share those with you. Just to give you a little bit about myself if you're new to my channel, my name is Kendra. I'm 30 years old. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. You know, I go to work every day. I'm a normal person, and I know if I can make these changes, as picky of an eater as I am, you can do the same too. So I know there's tons of information about keto already out there, so I will not bore you with all the specifics. If you're not familiar with the science behind everything, you can Google, you can look at other YouTube videos. People who are way more qualified than me to share those details with you can give you a lot of valuable information. But I really just wanted to make a video that would simplify what I did to share my results. Anytime I've seen anyone who hasn't seen me in a couple of months, they're like, oh, what are you doing? You've lost so much weight. I don't feel like I've lost that much weight. But I do feel a difference in my mental clarity. I feel a difference in my energy levels. I feel a huge difference in my mood and my stamina just for life in general. So I'm excited to share those things with you. So what I want to do is I want to give you 3 simple steps that you can start applying today. When I first started researching keto, I continued to look at videos. I continued to read books. I continued to read blogs. And I was just overly inundated with information. And that prolonged me from starting. And so I want to just give you 3 simple things that you can start today doing to change your life. The first step is going to be to download some kind of food tracker app. Now, I downloaded MyFitnessPal. I use the free version. You don't have to use the paid version. You're more than welcome to. But I use the free version because it has the nutrition component. So as you are putting in your foods, you want to make sure all of your macros stay at a 75% fat, a 20% protein, and a 5% carb. Don't get turned off by that. Don't think like that is too, oh my goodness, I can't handle that. I can't track my food. I can't do this. Again, if I can do it, you definitely can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. So when you are looking at foods, you want to make sure that you do not exceed 21 carbs a day. Crickets, insert how in the world is that possible, right? Because a chicken finger itself probably has 20, 30, 40 carbs in it. So what you're going to start doing is you're going to start planning out your meals. So for instance, if you eat a bacon, egg, and cheese omelet in the morning time, you're gonna put, okay, I have 4 strips of bacon into my FitnessPal. You're gonna put, I have 2 large eggs. You're gonna put a handful of spinach, and then you're going to look at the nutrition side of that, and it's gonna break down for you. It's gonna do the hard work for you and tell you how much fat that was, how much protein that was, and how many carbs there were. So when you're choosing foods, you've got to choose low carb foods. I think the biggest thing that I did that showed the fastest results, I tried to do 0 to very, very low carbs. I knew that I still needed to get my vegetables in to remain overall healthy, so I tried to choose meats that were high in fat, because that's going to keep you full for longer, and then I also tried to choose meats that were low in carb. Okay, my best friend became bacon, and on every other diet that I tried, bacon was the devil. And I'm telling you, I can eat bacon every day, all day. Sometimes when I'm finished with a meal and I put it in, I don't track my food as much because I'm pretty much where I want to be with my weight, but I'll look and I'll say, oh man, I don't have enough fat for the day. That's a time to interject an avocado. That's a time to interject a couple of pieces of bacon and things like that to increase your fat. My first tip, download some type of food tracker. Also, what I like about MyFitnessPal is that they have the scanning option. So when you're in the grocery store and you're not quite sure about what, because sometimes the nutrition labels can be a little deceiving. Sometimes the information that they put on those, we need a little bit more information than what's on the back of the food label a lot of times. So you can scan that. If you are out to eat, you can scan. A lot of times you can scan your menus as well. And I'm going to make another video, because I want this video to be pretty concise, on the tips that I've learned for eating out and different things like that as well. So get you a food tracker. The second tip that I'm going to give you is to not become overwhelmed by so many recipe options. Find about 5 or 6 go-to options that you can have, that you can make fairly easy, that you won't get sick of, that you can eat pretty often. I did the same things over and over, and I'm going to put all of those, I'm going to put some suggestions down in the description bar below. But your fat bombs for the mornings, I would eat breakfast bombs in the morning. For lunch, I would do a lot of times just salmon and green beans. And I remember thinking to myself, wait, that was one of the fish that they said to stay away from every other diet that I had tried, but it's high in fat, so you'll stay full for much longer. For dinner, I did a lot of keto-friendly pizzas. I did keto-friendly lasagnas, taco bakes, different things like that. Just simple stuff that my family, my husband, and my daughter would be willing to eat. So that's not overcomplicating the situation, but also I enjoyed eating them. And a lot of times I would have to just remind myself, look, you haven't eaten since 8 o'clock this morning. You need to eat. And I know a lot of people say don't eat unless you're hungry. But for me, I needed to make sure that I was remaining healthy on this, because I just didn't want to drop the weight and just create other issues. So the second tip is to get a few good recipes that you can just keep in rotation. You can keep on eating them. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, I can't eat the same thing all the time. You know, I had those same thoughts, and then when I think back, every time that I would go to McDonald's, I would order the same thing. Every time that I would go to Sonic or wherever, Arby's, my favorite fast food chains, I would order the same thing. So we're really already eating the same things. We're just going to be eating a little bit differently. And then my third and final tip would be to surround yourself with a positive support system. Sometimes even our friends and family who mean well can help us to make excuses on why we don't continue this journey. Whether that is, girl, you're not eating enough, girl, I can't live like that, you depriving yourself, I can't deprive myself. Well, guess what? I'm 30 years old. I would be lethargic every day after work. I wouldn't have any energy. I would want to sleep my weekends away. My skin was horrible. All of these things that this one lifestyle change has transformed. And then when you look at the contents of what you're eating and bread and all that sugar, you're killing yourself. And so all of those reasons, you have to determine what your why is. For me, my number one why was not losing weight. The way that I got introduced to this diet was actually through my mom. My mom suffers from Crohn's disease, and someone had mentioned to her that reducing inflammation by decreasing her intake of bread and different things like that could be beneficial for her. And so I just started, I joined alongside her in the journey, and then I had a cousin who introduced me to an amazing Facebook group as well that was very supportive and gave a lot of information. And by the second week, I had dropped so much weight that I'm like, okay, I can keep doing this, and I feel a lot better. So surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you, and those who don't understand it, go ahead and just have your answer ready for them that you are doing this to make changes in your lifestyle. And they may not understand it, but just ask them to support what you're doing. Listen, I believe in you. I could keep ranting on and on because I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you that you clicked on this video and you decided to make a change in your life. I'm going to be back with some more specific details on what you can do, and on some specific recipes and things like that that you can go ahead and start implementing. But you can do this. Research a little bit on keto, get you a good food tracker app. Make sure you surround yourself with some positive people and pick out a few recipes. Ready, set, go.